Going to do some serious kicking tonight, learn some interesting karate techniques, and go from there. So it's going to be a fun class. Let's get started. Kyotsuke, Shomani, right, and Otagani, right, os, onegaishimasu. Student creed number 1, I will develop myself in a positive manner and avoid anything that could reduce my mental growth or physical health. 2, I will develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best in myself and others. 3, I will use common sense before self-defense and never be abusive or offensive. All right, yoi. And Kosuke. Hey, os, and yoi. All right, good work, guys. Okay. All right, so let's get started with some warming up. All right, so we're gonna make sure we get the muscles good and stretched tonight. Make sure we get everything ready for a lot of kicking. Okay, let's go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, crisscross. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach. Come on, guys, get going. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, side to side. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, forward and back. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach. Primitive position. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ni, san, shi, go, roke, and switch. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ni, san, shi, go, roke, and switch. Ich, ni, san, go, roke, shi, switch. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, and down. Did you follow along with me? I hope so. Okay, I'm showing big circles. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, backwards, roke, shi, hach, ku, ju. Let's do one on forward, one on back. Go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku. Reverse it. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku, ju. Arms out to side, swinging them. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku, ju. Good. Hands on hips and go around. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Other way. Roke, shi, hach, ku, and ju. Good. All right. Now, from there, spread them a little further. Make your shiko position. Arms crossed, going down and up. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku. Get low. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku. Ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku. Sanju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku. Yonju. 10 more. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, shi, hach, ku. Goju. Hold low. Get low. Get low. Who's the lowest? I am. No. Are you lower than me? Remember, you're supposed to be lower than the old guy. That's Riley. No. And 5 more seconds. I think. I can't see the clock from here. Can you see the clock from here? Has it been 5 seconds yet? I'm not sure. I can't tell. Let me see if I can see the clock. Okay, I can see it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Yeah, get those legs nice and warm, toasty. And legs spread, arms crossed. Go over, reach for the ground. And good stretch, good stretch. And remember, each stretch we're going to hold minimum of 10 seconds, maximum of 30 seconds. And actually, you can hold a lot longer than that. Somebody said last night, 5 minutes. I want to see somebody to hold it for 5 minutes. And ich, ni, San, Shi, Go, Rok, Sheech, Hutch, Ku, Ju. Good. Go over to the left, either side, and grab and pull. Ready? Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Rok, Sheech, Hutch, Ku, Ju. Switch to the other side. Land, keep the legs straight, body forward, keep your head up, and try to pull that body right in half. Ready? Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Rok, Sheech, Hutch, Ku, Ju. Grab both ankles and pull. You're working on those hamstrings, okay? Muscles of the back of the leg. And there's actually 3 muscles that make up the hamstrings group. So there's actually several muscles there that you're trying to stretch. And Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Rok, Sheech, Hutch, Ku, Ju. Up and out. And now you're working on kind of those quads and the hip extensors right there in front. Those are your hip extensors. Those help your hip go out and back, your leg to go out and back from your hip, or actually to lift your leg up and back. Okay, and Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Rok, Sheech, Hutch, Ku, Ju. Good. Now, we're going to talk about a lot of different muscles, and in the body, there are over 700 muscles supporting our 206 bones that we have in our body. That's a lot of bones to support. So the muscles help those bones to move, okay? They make everything in the body move. So everything, every little thing that you've got that moves, it's because of a muscle. So we want to have those muscles strong, but we also want them flexible. So now, bend the knees out, put your elbows on your knees, and what you're going to do is kind of bring your feet in a little bit, and then just push out. And press your hip forward and your body up. And what this is working is right in the middle there, where we normally, like, we're doing our splits to the center. Okay, you're working on what's called the adductor muscles, okay? So those are the muscles in the middle, and again, there's several sets of them, but you're working the adductor group there, and that's the muscles that we do with the splits. Okay, so if you're just kind of hanging around, this is a good little stretch to do to work on just, those adductor muscles at any time of day. So work them a little bit. Good. All right, and up. Now, take one foot, and this is going to be a balance thing, of course, is grab a foot, pull it in, and behind you, and what you're trying to work is the quadricep muscles, which again, there are several muscles up here, but they make up that quadricep group of muscles. But we pull it back like this, try to push your hip forward, and keep your balance, and pull back. Now, if you need a chair or something, a wall, another person, your dog, whatever, to hold yourself up, that's what you want to do. So you're trying to stretch that group of muscles in front. Important group to stretch. Okay, let's switch to the other leg. The leg I can't grab so good. There we go. Here we go. And pull it back and try to push your hip forward and pull back. And you'll feel you kind of arch your back that way, and you get a little more stretch in that quad there. Where's my mic? There it is. Okay. All right. Good. Now, from there, let's go back to this stretch and put your hands on the floor, okay? And what you're going to do is slide over to one side like this, okay? This way. Now, what you're trying to do is stretch that adductor group on one side, okay? So you should feel it on the inside of your leg this way. If you get down nice and low, all right? And keep your body front, keep your feet pointed to the front, and go down nice and low. All right, switch to the other side. Other side, work that same muscle. And again, try to keep your feet as straight to the front as you can, and that way you're working just that muscle. You can also put your elbow on this knee on the standing leg and push it out, and you'll get even more stretch out of it. And that is a great stretch. Okay, now go back and toes up on the other foot this way and try to sit down as far as you can. All right, and switch that to the other side. And like I said, all these things we want to hold minimum of a 10 count. So ich, ni, sun, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Good. Now to the center, and let's split it apart as far as you can. So now you're really working those adductor muscles in the middle and getting a good stretch out of it. So this is going to be good for your side kick, your roundhouse kick, hook kick, all those type of kind of fancy kicks that are really good to do. And stretching, of course, keeps you from getting injured as you try to go for those higher techniques, those more advanced techniques, but also they give you the range of, stretching gives you the range of motion so that you can get those legs up. All right, walk it back, have a seat. All right, legs are spread. Now, so the more you can stretch, the higher you're going to be able to kick, and kick effectively, okay? If you can just throw your foot up there, that's not going to be very effective. We want to be able to put our foot exactly where we want to. So if I'm, say I'm going to kick a guy, and I just throw my foot up there and say, boy, I hope I hit something, that's not going to be very effective, okay? But if I say I'm going to hit him right beside his eyebrow on the left side, right there at his temple, and you can go pow and put your foot right there, that's good body control. Okay, reach forward and go out as far as you can and stretch it. Ready? Ich, ni, sun, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Stay down there. Ich, ni, sun, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Up. Yeah, okay, that was a 20-second stretch. So now let's go over to the side. What you're going to do is reach one hand under, one hand over, and try to get a good stretch out of this. Ready? In ich, ni, sun, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Switch it to the other side. Other way. Ready? Ich, ni, sun, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Good. Back to center, and I'm going to scoot forward a little bit, which gives you that little extra stretch, okay? Because your feet will have a tendency to come in, of course, so you want to get them back out there so you get a great stretch out of it. And reach forward. Ready? Ich, ni, sun, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Good. And up. Now, if you stretch consistently, in other words, you try to do a little bit every day, and a couple times a week you do it hard, you get a really, really good stretch, you're going to get some great flexibility, okay? But you got to work it. It's not something that's going to come just by doing what little bit of stretching we do in class. You're going to get some flexibility out of it, no doubt, but you got to give it some extra effort too to get that max. Okay, get as much as you can possibly get. All right. So from there, let's bring these legs in. Okay. Now, the muscles in the backs of the legs, if you remember, they're called the hamstrings. And like I said, there's three main muscles back there, but and each one has a particular name, but we call it the hamstrings group. And the idea is to try to stretch that. Now, this is going to be really good and important for like your front kicks, your back kicks, things like that, where you're using those at the back of the legs to either pull the muscle in to shoot a back kick up, or you're extending that hamstring group in order to do like a nice high front kick, okay? So if you can, take your hands, big inhale, Make a circle and grab your toes. Okay, if you can't grab your toes, grab your ankles and pull forward. And you really feel those hamstrings stretch. And itch, knee, san, shi, ro, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju, and up. Woo, yeah, we feel that one, that's for sure. Okay, now bring one leg in and pull up to your chest. Now, there's a muscle that goes behind your hip and into your leg, and that's called the piriformis muscle. And that's what this one is the main thing to stretch. It also works on the sciatic area of the body as well. But that piriformis muscle is really good one to stretch. It's one that, especially from sitting a lot, gets out of shape. We don't use it a lot. And then when all of a sudden it starts getting injured, then it really hurts. There's a lot of pain from that muscle when it's injured. So you want to keep it stretched and in good shape. Now grab the bottom of the foot and stretch straight out, and there goes that hamstring again. Okay, we're stretching those hamstrings. And again, don't let your other hand go on the mat. Keep that other hand up and try to stay straight up. Try to keep your back straight and pull that leg out. If you can get it all the way straight, then pull it up further and you'll feel even more stretch. And down. Good. Switch legs. Go to the other side. Pull that leg in. And feel that muscle in your hip. Okay, you should feel that muscle stretching kind of in your hip to the outside of your leg. That is really concentrating on that, like I said, that piriformis muscle. And that's just a good one to keep loose, keep limber, and you'll avoid some troubles later in life if you do that, trust me. A lot of people they develop sciatic problems and stuff like that. This is one of the exercises a lot of times that physical therapists and doctors will give them to do to try to fix that. Okay, now grab the bottom of the foot, push it out. There you go, work that hamstring. And good. And down. All right, good. So we've worked the three main groups. We've worked our hamstrings. We've worked our adductors on the inside. We worked the piriformis, and that also works a little bit on the gluteus, okay, which is basically your hip muscle back there, okay? And another one you want to try to, another way to work on that hip muscle and the gluteus and so forth is take one leg, step it over like this, okay? Step it over across your knee. Now take your other hand, okay? So I'm using my left leg and my right hand, all right? Reach over your knee and try to turn, you're trying to reach like you're trying to reach for your leg, so you're pushing this leg that way, and then turn your body toward the back, okay? And that'll work that hip a little bit, but also what you're going to feel is your back, okay? You're turning your back, and you're trying to stretch your upper part of your body as well as your hip. Good, in. Now switch it to the other side. A lot of people don't realize that kicking involves a lot of what's going on in the upper body too, because we want to keep the upper body in the right position so that our lower body does what it's supposed to do. Okay? So turn that as far as you can. And if you turn your upper body more, you'll feel it even in between your shoulder blades, and really working all kind of, a lot of the different muscles of the back. Good. Okay, now, we're going to take this foot right beside your knee, inside your knee like this. You're going to lay down your back, which I'm going to try to do. Okay, I know. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to keep your body straight, and you're going to pull this knee across. So you're trying to keep your shoulders on the ground this way, but put your knee on the ground over to one side. Okay? That's going to work, again, on those gluteus muscles, but you're also working on your back as well. It's a good exercise for the lower back, and try to stretch that out. Good. Now switch it over to the other side. Okay, so put the arms out, grab the hand, and pull across. I'm trying to get that knee, trying to keep my shoulder down as much as I can, and try to get that knee over to the other side. Let's see if I can get it to the ground. Some of you could probably do this in your sleep. And up. Good. All right. So we have worked our kind of the back there as well. Work the front of the legs, top of the legs, inside of the legs, back of the legs, everything. Now, what I'm going to do is come up. Now, this is an exercise I see a lot of the green belt leaders do in class, and unfortunately I don't see a lot of people do it correctly, because if you do it correctly, it's a great stretch. If you don't do it correctly, it's a waste of time, okay? Which is true of a lot of things in karate. But what I'm going to do is have one foot sideways, okay? Bend this knee until it's way over past my toes, like that, okay? And what I'm doing, I'm stretching the adductors there, and then what I try to do is keep my back straight and actually look up, okay? And ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Now turn the foot over and push your heel out like you're doing a back kick, but get as low as you possibly can. And now you're going to feel it in these extensor muscles right here in the front of the hip and in the quadriceps. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. So people call this the lunge, but people don't lunge enough, and you don't feel it. And people are just kind of standing there like this. You're not stretching anything if you do that, okay? So you got to really work it. Now, straighten out both legs, all right? And then what you're going to do is go down to the front leg as far as you can and really try to stretch those hamstrings there. Again, try not to put your hands on the floor. Try to keep your hands on your legs so you're stretching. If you put your hands on the floor, you have a tendency to hold yourself up, hold yourself back from stretching, and you don't want to do that. So ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Up. Good. Now go to the other side, okay? So again, we're going to bend that knee as far as we can. Get down nice and low, okay, like that, and then try to arch your back backwards. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. Up on the ball of the back foot, push that heel out. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. And up. Now straighten the leg and go down and try to hold on to that leg. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shich, hach, ku, ju. And up. All right. Are you feeling good? Feeling tired? That's good. Okay, that means, you know, if you're stretching, you're working, okay? I mean, it takes some work, and you're going to feel it in those muscles quite a bit, to say the least, okay? Now, let's get going on some kicks, okay? So we're going to cover a lot of kicks. We're going to cover some more advanced kicks for you, some of you guys, so you can work on these things on your own and, you know, work on some advanced techniques. But first, let's go for basics, okay? So, got my man here, all right? if I'm in close, all right, obviously kicks are not going to be the greatest thing to do, but a knee kick, oh yeah, it's just like hitting them with an elbow, okay? Knee kick straight up. I want to make sure that I keep my toes pointed down when I do that. I don't want my toes up, because then maybe my toes are going to hit their leg, and then I hurt my toes, okay? So yeah, I go like this, bam, hit the guy, ow, but then my toes are broke. All right, that doesn't make a good story either. Okay, hands up. So what I'd like you to do is left 1 foot forward and hands up, and what we're going to do is knee kick, pull our hands back and down. Ready, and hitch, knee, sun, she, go, yeah, row, get them up, she, hot, coo, Jew, switch feet, other side, ready? And pull those hands. It's like you got the guy and you're pulling him into your knee kick. All right, ready? And itch, knee, sun, she, go, rope, sheet, hot, coo, Jew, yeah, good. And yoy. Now switch feet. Now we're going for the kind of the same thing, but with the foot. This kick comes up. This is your Geri, top of the foot kick. You're going to point your toes, come up, out, back, down with it. Ready? Here we go. Hitch, knee. Now the high kick. Sun, she, go, rope, sheet, hot, coo, Jew, ki, other side. Ready? And itch, knee, sun, she, go, rope, sheet, hot, coo, point the toes, Jew, ki. All right. Good. Now, every kick you do, if you watch my head and my knee, they don't move a whole lot, okay? I bend my knee so it's over top of my toes. That way, I can keep my body pretty much in the same place as I kick. But if I got my leg straight, what's going to happen is when I go to kick, I got to transfer weight to the front leg, and my body's going to move. All right? And your body has to move before the foot moves. Okay? Because you got to get weight off the back leg. So if I'm here and I go like this guy's already seen me move. All right? But if I got my knee bent and I've got it in position to where I'm ready to kick, boom, then I just kick. Okay? The guy doesn't see that coming. So that's the big advantage of doing your kicks correctly. You're eliminating moves you don't need, and you're being more effective for self-defense. Okay? Now, let's go for my Geri. My Geri is your front kick with a ball of the foot. So knee comes up real high. Pull your toes back. Extend. Boom. The ball of the foot back and down. All right? So a nice solid kick straight on. This is the kind of kick that will drop them. All right, ready? Left foot forward. Hands up. Bend your knee. Ready? Back leg. Hitch. Pow. Knee. Boom. San. Boom. She. Go. Rope. Sheet. Hutch. Coo. Jew. Switch feet. Ready? Itch. Knee. San. She. Go. Rope. Sheet. Hutch. Coo. Jew. Ki. And yoy. Good. Another really important thing when you're kicking is keep those hands in front of you, okay? Some people when they kick, they use their arms to try to help keep their balance, you know, kind of like a tightrope walker does, like that, okay? But you want to try to keep your hands in front of you because this is your only shield. And when you're kicking, you got one leg stuck out there, you better have shields up for the rest of your body. So from here, what I'm going to do is as I kick, try to keep those hands in front of my body. Now, whatever leg is in front, that hand's in front. So I can move my hands a little bit, that's okay, but I want to keep those hands up. If I kick and go like that and look like a wounded bird, okay, that is not going to be effective. And if the guy blocks my kick, I'm wide open to get hit. So it's kind of like saying, please hit me. Don't do that. All right, So this time what we're going to do is a little footwork with our kick. Same kick by Geri, but we're going to kick, land forward. Now when I do that, my hands switch as well. So my whatever foot lands forward, that's my lead hand. So watch my hands as I kick, hand comes forward, okay? Now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a shuffle step going back. So I'm going to step halfway back with my front foot, halfway back with my back foot. Now I've got the other foot forward, okay? So I'm ready to kick with the other leg. So I kick, bang, land forward. Then shuffle halfway, shuffle the other half. And I'm back with the left foot forward. All right, so I kick, land right foot, shuffle, shuffle. Kick, land left foot, shuffle, shuffle. All right, let's try this together. Here we go. Ready? One foot forward. Ready to kick with the back leg and land forward. Kick, bang, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Other leg, kick, bang, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Kick, bang, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Kick, bang, land, shuffle, shuffle back. All right, so that's the drill. All right, I want to watch you guys go, okay? Come on, Nathaniel, get off the computer and go, man. Here we go. Ready? And kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Ready? Knee, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Ready? Thumb, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Ready? C, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Ready? Go, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle. Kick, land, shuffle, shuffle. Ready? Kick, land, shuffle, shuffle. Ready? Kick, land, shuffle, shuffle. All right, we're going faster. Ready? And itch, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. B, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Sun, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. C, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Rump, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Hut, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Hip, kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. One more. Kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back. And your way. All right. Guys, keep your cameras on. I need to see what you're doing. I want to see you working. Okay, Smith. Go, man, go, man. Nathaniel. Okay. I want to see you guys working it. All right, making yourselves better so when you come back in the dojo, I'm going, wow, impressive. You guys have been really practicing. I don't want to be going, what happened to you? Okay, so make sure you're working it. Okay, now, we're going for the roundhouse kick. Now, roundhouse kick in Japanese karate is different from like American kickboxing or taekwondo, that kind of stuff. Because what they do in those styles is they start with the leg out like this. Okay? So when they go to kick, they immediately, let me do this side, raise this leg up to the side and come around. The problem is you see that coming. All right? You know they're going to do a roundhouse kick because that leg's already up around for the kick. All right? Now, they get pretty good at it. They get fast at it. You may not stop it anyway. But in Japanese karate, what we want to do is bring your leg up straight. Then what's going to happen is as we execute the kick, as the foot goes out, that's when we turn our hip. Bam! And what that creates is kind of a whipping type of action that comes around and smacks them really good, and they don't see it coming as well, okay? So we're disguising the kick and using the same load for all these kicks, okay? So what we want to do is come up. You can point your toes on this one, and you're going to turn your bottom foot. Turn it as you kick, back and down. All right, but you got to turn your hip back when you're finishing. So up, turn, back, and down. All right, let's try it. Ready? And we're going to do the shuffle with it, okay? So left foot forward, And we're going to kick, land, shuffle, shuffle back, then be ready to kick with the other foot. Ready, boom, and land, shuffle, shuffle back. Other foot, knee, boom, back, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Ready, san, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Shi, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Go, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Nice one. Go, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Roke, sheet, bang, shuffle, shuffle back. Hutch, hip, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Goosh, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Juice, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. One more. Go, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Last one. Go, boom, land, shuffle, shuffle back. Good, and your way. All right. That's a great sparring technique too, because if you go boom and you want to hit them, then immediately get back, okay, after your score. Great technique, okay, used a lot. All right, thank you, guy. He's pretty nice to have around. Okay, now, one of the hard kicks, tough kicks, is a side kick, all right? But boy, is it a great kick. Now, the idea with the side kick, let me pull up my bigger bag here, all right? And you get to sit on the side for a second. What's going to happen on a side kick is, again, I'm going to be sideways to my target. Now, that could happen by being here and turning to my target, or it could be from being already kind of 1 foot forward and just shifting, and now your hip is toward your target this way. You're lined up straight, all right? So whichever way it is, we're going to try to kick straight in. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to step in. I'm going to bring my leg straight up. What kind of kick does it look like me to do? Front kick, roundhouse kick, Geri, any of the kicks, okay? But then the foot swings out, boom, back and down, okay? So I'm kicking with the edge of the foot. Remember, you're trying to use the knife edge. So try to get those little toes pointed down, the big toe up, and that way you're in a great position to hit with the edge of the foot. All right, let's do it. Ready? And let's go sideways, so we're kind of like in a small shikodachi. All right? Step up, foot to foot. As soon as you step down, raise that leg, side kick out, boom, pull back, land. Okay, now go the other way. All right, let me get him out of the way. Ready? Step up, side kick, boom, back, down, other side. Step up, side kick, sign, back, down, other side. Sheesh, boom, back, down, go, boom, back, down. Row, keep those hands up too. Back, ready, sheesh, boom, back. Ready, hodge, boom, back. Coo, boom, back. Chew, bow, back. All right, now let me see you guys do it. Here we go, ready? Same thing, stepping sideways, ready, itch. Step and kick. And a turn, knee, other foot. And san. There you go. Make sure you pull that leg back. Shi. And go. Rogue. Sheech. Hodge. Coo. Chew. Nice, Kaylee, good one. Okay, and nice, all Quentin, good. Joy. All right, good. Now, watch carefully. When you do a side kick, what you are trying to do is get everything in a straight line to your target. So when I step up, I want to step up with my foot right next to my other foot. Okay? Then I'm coming up, and when I kick out, boom, everything is going to be in a nice straight line. So I'm going to kick out, pow, and everything's straight. Okay? I don't want to do this and kick kind of like that, all right? Because my body's going one way, and my legs going another, and my toes are up. I want to make sure my toes are down as I do this kick. So I'm going to kick, bang, right there, everything straight, back and down, okay? All right, let's do it one more time, because this is a good kick. All right, ready? Now, oh, wait a minute, let me show you this. What's going to happen this time is instead of stepping to your foot, I want you to step behind your foot, because what this does is give you a little extra momentum, extra distance. So if the guy's a little farther away, here he is, okay? If he's a little farther away from us and I can't get him with just a step up, I step behind, bam, and knock him down, or almost knock the wall down, okay? Like that. All right, so let's try it. Ready? Hands up, step behind. Ready? Itch. Other side. Knee, step behind. Boom. Other side. Sign. Step behind. Kick. Other side. She. Step behind. Kick. Other side. Go. Step behind. Kick. Other side. Rogue. Step behind. Kick. Other side. Siege. Step behind. Kick. Nice, Taylor. Step behind. Kick. And hot, step behind, kick. Get him up, Gavin, get him up, buddy. And step behind, kick. One more, step behind, kick. Last one, step behind, kick. Nice, Lennon, good. Okay. All right, good, Annabelle. That's good. That's what you want. That's what you want. All right. Very good. Now, I'm going to show you a kick that is almost brown belt level, okay? This one's a fun one, okay? So we're going to end up with something fun here. All right, this kick is called Mikazuki Geri. Zuki means moon, okay? Moon, the moon, okay? This is known as Mikazuki, which means crescent moon or half moon kick, okay? The idea with this kick is you're going to come up, and just like you do a front kick, but you're aiming out to the side over this way. Okay, here's your target, but you're aiming over here. Okay? Now, the idea is to bring the kick up and over to the opposite side. Okay, so we're going to actually kick them with the inside of your foot. Okay, kind of this inside edge here. All right? So you're going like this, up, over and around, and down. Okay, that's like a half moon. Okay, or what's called a crescent kick. All right, we just call it a crescent kick usually. All right, so we come up, out and around, boom, and then down. Okay, so let's try it. Ready? This is kind of fun. Here we go. Hitch, boom, good. Same foot. Knee, boom. Sign, boom. She, pow. Go, pow. Good. Switch feet. Ready? And itch, boom. Knee, boom. Sign, pow. She, pow. Go, pow. Watch those hands. This is one where people's hands tends to have a tendency to go everywhere. Switch feet. Okay, now we're going to do this one with a little bit of a step. Okay, so we're going to step, or we're going to kick and step forward, shuffle back. Here's our same step again. Ready? Kick. Boom. Step forward, shuffle back. Knee. Boom. Shuffle back. Sun. Boom. Do it with us. Here we go. Back, shuffle back. Go. Boom. And shuffle back. Roke. Boom. Back forward, shuffle back. Roke. Boom. Forward, shuffle back. Siege. Boom. Forward, shuffle back. Hutch. Boom. Forward, shuffle back. Coup. Boom. Forward, shuffle back. Chew. Bow. Forward, shuffle back. And your way. Okay, good. And this is in the kata roll high. You also have it in several other kata, and it's a cool move to say the least. And now the thing is, it's very tricky to the other guy because it looks like you're going to kick over there, and all of a sudden your kick's coming across their face or other body parts. Okay, usually this is used as a head kick, so again you got to have some flexibility with it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be 1 foot forward and I'm going to step behind me. Okay, I'm going to spin backwards. So I'm going to spin this way and then do my kick. Okay, all right. So this is getting into an advanced move now. Okay, so everybody here. Okay, come on, miss. Ready? And step behind, look the other way, kick, pow, land forward. Good. Step back. Ready? Step behind, turn, kick, pow, back. Okay? Now, most of the time we don't turn our back on an opponent, but you'll see why in a minute. Turn, step, boom. Okay? Back. Ready? Turn, step, boom. Okay? Back. So we're turning, stepping the back foot, turning around, boom. So what's happening is we're using that turn to get extra power into the kick, okay? All right, now watch this one, okay? I'm going to make 2 steps. So I'm going to step in front. Now I'm going to take that back foot, go behind me, up, and then jump and do this kick. Watch this one. Here we go. So I'm here, I step, jump, boom, and I'm into him. How's that, okay? Here we go. So, with me? Hope you got room for this. You take your back foot, step forward. Now your back foot is going to come up in the air, up and jump, and kick across. Okay? Do it again. Here we go. Ready? Step, jump, kick, boom. You see how the foot comes whipping across? All right? Now you're getting some serious height and serious distance. So if the guy was a good ways away from you, you could really move and be in on him quick. All right? And try it. Here we go. Ready? And spinning, jumping, crescent kick. Ready? And step, turn, jump. Ooh, there you go. All right, remember you're using your back leg, okay? Ready? Step, turn, jump, go. There we go. Some of you getting it. Got to try. Ready? Step, turn, kick, boom. Okay? Back. So if your left leg is forward, if my left leg is in front, I'm going to end up kicking with my right leg. Okay? So one more time. I step with the right leg. I turn. Now this leg's coming up. As it comes up, the other leg comes up and does the kick. There's my right leg. My right leg did the kick. Okay? So again, it looks like this here. Okay? That was a nice one. All right. Ready? And go. Step, turn, kick. Bow. Nice. There you go. Step, turn, kick. That's okay, man. Hey, 7 times down, 8 times up. Keep trying. Ready? Step, turn, kick. Bang. There you go. All right. Go, Bo. I like it. Ready? Here we go. Go. Step, turn, kick it. Bang. Okay. Good. And Roy. All right. Hey, that was good. Good class, guys. That was a good time. Went through some of the basic kicks and then got into a new kick, crescent kick, okay, or half moon kick, as some people call it. Okay. Now, are you going to be good at the crescent kick the first time you try it, especially the jump spin crescent kick? No, you're not going to be good at it. Of course not. Okay? It takes practice. Everything we start, everything we do for a first time is, quite honestly, it's going to suck, right? It's going to suck. We're not going to do it so good, okay? But that suck is going to make us try harder, try again, keep working it, and in time, that works into good technique, okay? Practice makes permanent, right? So if we only do it a couple of times, you're not going to be any good at it. But if you keep working, experiment with it, okay? This is one of those things you can play with and have a lot of fun with. And once you get good at it, boy, it's pretty cool. One of the kata that I know has this move in it, this turn, spin, crescent kick. And you actually put your hand out and you hit your hand. I'll show you the move, okay? So it kind of goes like this. You step, turn here, boom, and hit your own hand with it. How's that? Pretty cool, huh? And the idea is as I turn, I put my hand behind somebody's head and then go whack and smack them with my foot like that. So that's kind of the application of bunkai to it. All right, guys, I appreciate you joining me tonight. I had a good time. I'm sweaty. I'm definitely a sweat monster here. But hey, if you guys are sweating too, that's good. I hope you are. That means you're working. Okay, after this, we have our lecture class tonight. And we're going to talk about some of the philosophies of our dojo and some of the things that you guys need to know, because some of these things are going on your written test. So those of you going for green belt and those of you who aren't yet but will one day, you want to take notes on this one, okay? All right, Kyotsuke and Shomini, Rei, Os. Otagani, Rei, Os, Arigatou gozaimashita. And Yoi. Good work, guys. Ich, ni, san, banzai. Good class. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work.